Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today making my predictions for the 2024 edition of AEW New Japan's Forbidden Door. Our first match is on the 0 hour and that'll be a tag match. We'll see Chris Statlander and Momo Watabe tagging up to take on Willow Nightingale and Tam Nakano. For me, this match seems like it was put on the card to give us a preview of what we'll be seeing on Wednesday in the second round of the Women's Own Heart Cup tournament, where we'll see Statlander and Nightingale facing off. And I think this will play into how this match goes, and I think on Wednesday Statlander will be winning. So here on Forbidden Door, on our 0 hour, I believe the team of Willow Nightingale and Tam Nakano will be getting the win here. I think this will be the boost to see like, hey, Willow's going to win on Wednesday, then come Wednesday, Statlander does some underhanded tactic and pulls out the win, and then when Statlander gets to the finals, she ends up getting screwed over when Nightingale gets even and distracts Statlander, causing her to lose in the final, leading to another match between these two outside of the tournament. So now on to our second match of the 0 hour, and that'll be a trios match where we'll see the Lucha Bros and Mystico teaming up to take on Los Ingobernables de Japón. For me, I can see this match going either way, but I think with what I potentially will be thinking to happen in the heavyweight title match with Naito, I believe LIJ will be getting the win to potentially set up a banner night for Los Ingobernables. With all the changes happening in New Japan throughout the year, I think LIJ is still one of the more recognizable and remembered groups, even with fans that haven't been watching in a while, and I think them getting a win here, it will help set up Naito to potentially get a win there, and then it's all LIJ had a great night here at Forbidden Door. So now on to our 0 hour main event, and that'll be a first round match in the Women's Owen Hart Cup tournament, where we'll see Mariah May taking on Saraya. Now with Mariah May taking a champagne bottle to the head Wednesday night, I could see there being some changes with Mariah May to maybe where she's not coming out as Little Tony Storm anymore, but I think there will be some doubt sewn in with her coming off of the bottle shot, and I think even with that, she will still be the victor here, defeating Saraya in this first round matchup. With this being on the same show as her two friends going at it in a match later on in the show, I wonder if either of them will be out there, and if they're not, I wonder if there will be a callback to where Saraya and Mariah May's last match, where May sees, hey, I can do this on my own, and this leads to May going on, winning the tournament, and taking on whoever could be the women's champion at Wembley Stadium. So capping off 0 hour, I believe Mariah May will be winning this match. So now on to the main card. And our first match on the main card, pay-per-view portion of the evening, will be a TNT Championship ladder match. We'll see Konosuke Takeshita take on Jack Perry, Mark Briscoe, Dante Martin, Lio Rush, and El Phantasmo. This match boiled down to two people for me since they qualified. Will Takeshita win or will Jack Perry win? I can see Perry winning further along this elite thing leading into Blood and Guts. I can also see Takeshita winning to where it's now he's going to be the workhorse TNT champion. He's going to start smashing people left and right, and we're going to see crazy TNT title matches every week. But with Takeshita heading into the G1 coming up here in a month, I think Jack Perry will be walking out the new TNT champion after this ladder match. With the TNT championship being vacated after Adam Copeland's dive, elbow drop, whatever the hell you want to call it, at Double or Nothing, leads me to believe that they want to have the TNT champion on TV every week, and with Takeshita having the New Japan obligations going on here, I just see Perry being the one that's going to be on TV and the one that they go with for now, and it also furthers along the elite storyline where they'll have all the gold now, and then we'll see who this wild card could potentially be on Wednesday in the Owen. So after knocking down a ladder to make his AEW return, I believe Jack Perry will be climbing to the top of the ladder in Long Island and taking down the TNT championship and walking out of the UBS Arena, your new champion. So now on to match number 2 of the pay-per-view. And this will be a singles match where we'll see Zack Sabre Jr. taking on Orange Cassidy. For me, this match really boils down to what's been happening with Orange, and I could see an Orange Cassidy kind of downturn coming up, and that's why I believe Zack Sabre Jr. will be walking out the victor in this matchup. We've been seeing Orange Cassidy come out as two different people sometimes when he shows up at shows. In the beginning, he comes out to Jane and everything, and then later on, he switches to a black shirt and he comes out to Where's My Mind. So I think Sabre getting the win here will further that along and lead more into this feud with Trent Beretta that we saw going on a few weeks ago. And we've seen in the past with Zack Sabre Jr., he comes oh so close to getting a win in these AEW matches when he comes over from New Japan, and I think this one he finally gets a win here, and also Orange Cassidy is the guy who could lose and everything will be fine. So ZSJ will be walking out with the W here on Sunday. So now on to our next match. And that'll be another trios match where we'll be seeing the elite of Kazuchika Okada and the Young Bucks take on the team that is being known as the Scissor Ace, with Hiroshi Tanahashi teaming up with the Acclaimed. With the Acclaim getting a win over the Young Bucks 2 weeks ago in their title eliminator match, I think this match all boils down to Hiroshi Tanahashi and Okada. And with the way things are going, I believe Okada will be making it rain on Tanahashi and getting the win for his team. I think with Okada getting the win for his team, this will sew in the Young Bucks being cocky when they finally take on the Acclaim for the tag team titles, when they put those titles up on the line. And I think we'll see a story in that match where the Bucks come in cocky, being like, last time we were in the ring with you guys, we won, we were in that trios match, not realizing the reason they won was Okada. And we'll see the Acclaim come ever so close to beating the Bucks when they unfortunately probably come up short and lose. But in this trios match, it'll all boil down to the Rainmaker and the Ace going at it one more time, and the Rainmaker coming out on top again. So now on to our next match. That'll be a singles match. We'll be seeing MJF take on Hechizero. No wild prediction here, no brainstorm. This is all leading to MJF getting the win, beating Hechizero here at Forbidden Door in his hometown. I think this Hechizero match will just be used as when MJF and Dan Garcia finally lock horns, to where Dan Garcia is a technician, just like Hechizero, kind of. That'll be a, hey, remember this match for Forbidden Door? MJF was in this situation and he still came out on top. I think that's what this match will be used as a callback to. I also think, as MJF is currently going through it right now, to where he said he's not doing his kangaroo kick and all that kind of stuff anymore. He's just going to be the scumbag of the earth and all this stuff. I think he's in his I can wrestle, I'm very good at this moment right now. And I think this match of Hechizero will build into that, leading to the all-in match, whether that is a triple threat with Ospreay and Daniel Garcia, or just a one-on-one match with either of the two opponents. So now on to match number 8 of the evening. And that'll be a winner-take-all match where we'll see Mercedes Moné put the TBS Championship on the line against the New Japan Strong Women's Champion, who put her title on the line, of Stephanie Valkyrie. With all the things we've heard about New Japan having Mercedes Moné planned in their women's division and having her do these matches prior to her AEW run, I think there is no swerve here. I believe Mercedes Moné will be walking out still the TBS Champion and the New Japan Strong Women's Champion as well. We all know the story about how the New Japan Women's Championship was basically made for Mercedes Moné, and then she got hurt and hadn't held the title. That's going to be rectified here at Forbidden Door, and I think we'll be seeing a decent split of Mercedes, where she'll be in Japan for a little bit, then she'll be back in AEW defending her TBS Championship. But now it all comes down to who is her big match at All In going to be. Would it be someone from Japan coming in, or is there going to be someone heating up in the AEW Women's Division to take on the CEO? So now on to our next match, and this is the Chris Jericho, I don't know what the hell's going on with him, portion of the predictions here. The match on the Wikipedia page, that the trios match is still going on, so we're going to go off of that assumption, to where we'll have the trios match of Chris Jericho, the Learning Tree, and Big Bill teaming up with Jeff Cobb to take on Samoa Joe, Katsuyori Shibata, and Hook. Full transparency here, I was going to pick Chris Jericho's team this entire time because it's Chris Jericho's team and they're going to be goof asses. But a dumb promo has just popped in my head that after Hook, Joe, and Shibata walk out with the win here, Chris Jericho is going to say this is a teachable moment and we all could learn to pick better friends or something after they lose this match. And I think Chris Jericho looked more of the crazy person when it was Bill who lost instead of Jeff Cobb, or even Jericho himself. And I think with Shibata, Hook, and Joe winning, I'd like to see them going into the trios division. Let's leave this Jericho thing behind. Let's let Minoru Suzuki hopefully be the guy to take the FTW title away from Jericho or something. But please, can we chop down the Learning Tree? Can we just get this forest out of here or something? Because Shibata said it for the rest of us on the show on Wednesday. Brother, this guy stinks. So now, hopefully, the Learning Tree will have its days numbered after they lose to Joe, Shibata, and Hook. So now on to our next match. And this will be for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship, where Jon Moxley putting his title on the line against Tetsuya Naito. This match had some intrigue to me, to where I could see it going either way. But then the G1 blocks got released and Naito's in the tournament and Moxley's not. And as we know, the IWGP Heavyweight Champion is always in the G1, and that's leading me to my pick of Tetsuya Naito comes to America and reclaims the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship, defeating Jon Moxley. I think this Moxley run was to give a little exposure to the IWGP title on American TV, to get people to go watch some more New Japan maybe. And now I think it's time for the title to go back into its regular ecosystem, with Naito holding the title on his run through the G1, and we'll see what challengers will emerge in that tournament who probably beat him in the block run and who is the champion of this G1 climax at the end to take on whoever could be the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion come January 4th at Wrestle Kingdom. So now on to the 11th match of the evening. And that'll be another match in the Owen Hart Cup tournament where we'll see Shingo Takagi take on Bryan Danielson. And in this match, I see Bryan Danielson walking out with the win here, defeating Takagi in this Owen Hart Cup tournament match. I see Bryan Danielson going on a run to the finals of the Owen Hart Cup tournament, so where he'll more than likely, I believe, be facing the wild card, which could be a Crazy Cowboy. And then that's where I think the intrigue lies. Does Bryan Danielson finally win a tournament and win the big one to have a big match at Wembley Stadium? Or does Bad Luck Bryan continue? Because I could see anything happening here with the American Dragons, where Bryan wins, he faces either Swerve or Ospreay in the main event All In, and we could potentially see Bryan as the new AEW World Heavyweight Champion here. But I can also see Bryan losing to potentially a returning Hangman Page in the final, and maybe, just maybe, if Nigel McGuinness is cleared, Bryan hears one more quip from him on commentary and snaps and goes off on that man, leading to their match in England. I also think with the big gap in between from the end of Forbidden Door to All In, and then from the Owen Hart tournament final, which will be July 10th, leading to All In, you have a large chunk of time to where you can fill everyone in on what has happened between Bryan and Nigel McGuinness leading into their match. And it all depends on the doctors, and I am not a doctor, as we please say on here, so who knows what could be in the cards for Bryan Danielson come Wembley Stadium. But for Forbidden Door, I believe he'll win and move on to face Pac on Wednesday night. So now on to our co-main event of the evening, and that'll be for the AEW Women's Championship, where Timeless Toni Storm putting her title on the line against Mina Shirakawa. After what we saw on Wednesday night, where Toni was going to get cracked in the bottle by Mina Shirakawa, leading to Mariah May getting cracked in the head, I wonder, will Bottlegate play a role in this match? But I feel like regardless of Bottlegate playing a role in this match or not, I think Timeless Toni Storm will be retaining her AEW Women's World Championship, defeating Mina Shirakawa. For me, all signs point to Wembley Stadium, where Mariah May will be taking on Toni Storm for that championship at All In after she wins the Owen Hart Cup tournament. But my question is, what will be the story of their match? Will this be a teacher-student colliding? Will this be a fan versus her idol colliding? Could the Mariah was using all this to just get close to Toni Storm to finally take the title from her? What is our motive going to be? Because I firmly believe at Wembley Stadium we'll be having a new AEW Women's World Champion, and her name will be Mariah May. So now on to our main event of the evening. And this will also be the shorts hype video of the pay-per-view that'll be up tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern. And in this main event, we'll be seeing Swerve Strickland put his AEW World Championship on the line against the AEW International Champion, Will Ospreay. I think this match all comes down to Ospreay and his usage of the Tiger Driver 91. Will he or won't he? And I think him thinking about it in the moment, that hesitation is going to backfire on the aerial assassin, leading to his demise when Swerve Strickland hits him with a house call and keeps his AEW World Heavyweight Championship. All of Ospreay's matches have been phenomenal and been critically acclaimed, but it's all boiled down in my brain to when he said, "I'm Will Ospreay and I'm on another level." Will anyone get to that level? And I think Swerve being the guy to send Ospreay down a couple notches is the way to do it, and you prop up your world championship as still being the biggest prize. And even though this guy's tearing it up, having great matches and all this, there's no one better than the world champion. And I think with Ospreay losing here, this also sets him off to go be fully back in his international title mix. We know him and Garcia are going to have a title match on Wednesday night. And we know MJF's lurking in the background, just swarming around, making all of us wonder, will he be inserting himself into the international title picture, or will he just want to take on Will Ospreay and take him down a peg? Could we see him screw over Will Ospreay, having Ospreay lose the title to Daniel Garcia on Wednesday? Because I think for Swerve Strickland, I firmly believe he will be the captain of the AEW team in the Blood and Guts match coming up here in a couple weeks to take on the Elite, and I think that's where his focus is heading after this Forbidden Door show. So that'll do it for my predictions for the 2024, the third edition of Forbidden Door. Leave your thoughts in the comments section below. Come back tomorrow at 9 a.m. for the hype video for the main event of Swerve and Ospreay for the AEW World Championship. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you like what I'm doing on this channel and want to see more, hit that subscribe button. Superstar Spotlights coming every Monday for a WWE wrestler and every Wednesday for an AEW wrestler. Those will keep pumping out until September, and I'll see you next week for all the Money in the Bank festivities. Thanks for watching.